more and more people starting to buy electric. In 2011, just 0.2% of all car sales were electric. The rest were the traditional gas-powered cars. Fast forward a decade, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports nearly 5% of all sales are for electric vehicles. Some experts predict that number to be close to 40% by the end of the decade. And President Biden supports this push for more electric vehicles.
And you'll notice that when you watch TV, more car makers are advertising new electric additions to their fleets. So are Alabamians getting on board. And how much does it really cost to go electric? WVTM 13's Lisa Crane has been getting the facts. She's live in Birmingham's Uptown tonight. Lisa, what have you learned?
Well, I can tell you this, Alabama car owners are starting to get on board with electric vehicles. As you can see, there's a Tesla charging behind me here in Uptown, but it's happening a little more slowly here than other parts of the country. Out of the more than 530,000 cars registered in Alabama, only 4,750 are electric. So not quite one EV car for every 1,000 gas-powered vehicles out on the roads here in Alabama. But according to a recent AAA study, you will save quite a bit of money not having to buy gas. Now, an EV driver traveling 15,000 miles a year will save more than $2,000 a year compared to someone driving a gas-powered car.
I'm very, very excited. It's a very different feeling.
Daniel DeShazo is like a kid at Christmas.
So look at these door handles.
He just purchased this 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5, an all-electric SUV. He says he thoroughly researched EVs before committing.
As you know, gas is not cheap anymore, and because I drive a lot of miles, I get oil changes probably more than the average driver. Those kind of were my main factors for cutting costs and in consideration getting an electric vehicle, not to mention the environment deals as well.
Almost futuristic.
Yes, it does. The general manager of Serra Hyundai says they're seeing more people like Daniel. While interest in EVs is growing, it still only accounts for about 7 to 8% of his monthly sales. He says price is a sticking point for many buyers.
The majority of Americans probably can't afford to go full electric yet. You know, the cars aren't the cheapest cars in the world. You know, our cars start at, $21,000. I think the cheapest electric car that we have is, $35,000, $36,000. So, it's a price point thing too.
But what about the cost of maintaining and driving the car? The general manager at Serra Nissan and Serra Volkswagen says his buyers are looking closely at what they're spending month to month on a gas-powered car versus an electric vehicle.
I think when you consider the value of the vehicle, what you're getting, and the overall cost of ownership over the next 3-4 years, when you take the fuel consumption out of the equation, they're as affordable, if not a little bit more affordable.
Marty Roberson loves his Tesla Model Y.
Is you get an app. You click that button and it gives you all your controls. This is a cooler. This was the best-selling used car in America last year.
He usually charges it up every night in his own garage.
So what I have at home is one that's just plugged into a 220 outlet, and it charges it overnight, gives me 300 miles. And that cost about $4.
Daniel DeShazo doesn't have the home charging station, but is happy with the charging deal offered by Hyundai.
Hyundai has a deal where if you get a Hyundai electric vehicle, you get 2 years free charging with any Electrify America station. So that's almost like 2 years of free gas.
But he admits it'll take more time than just filling up a car with gas, up to about a half an hour if the car's battery is very low. So he'll have to take that into account and plan his route to get to an Electrify America station. While EV owners don't have to worry about oil changes and typical maintenance on a gas-powered car, they have one big worry: the batteries. Most dealer warranties only cover them for 10 years or 100,000 miles. And if they need replacing after that, the price tag can be up to $20,000. Many EV enthusiasts say the batteries are likely to last up to 200,000 miles or more.
I think they'll solve the battery issue, but if you have to completely replace them, is it any different than having to replace a motor that's got 200,000 miles on it? Plus you had to change the oil, you had to do all the normal things that you have to do to an internal combustion engine.
Now, EV drivers do have some additional costs that other drivers don't have. For example, in Alabama, owners must pay an additional $200 every year to register their vehicles. That fee put in place to offset the revenue lost in gasoline taxes. Live in Birmingham, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.